It is time for the hot news spot that rocked the block and the story as we tell it. You are now listening to Should Be on TV radio show with your show host, Jacob B. and Joe MC.
All right. We are live at Sherlocks with Jacob B. and Mr. Joe MC. How you doing today, Mr. Joe?
Hey, man, I am doing great. Jacob B. How are you?
Very well. We got some special guests with us today. We are at Sherlocks broadcasting live. We have a large studio audience. We're very glad. We will be picking out some of the very select guests throughout the audience and be presenting their businesses, services, because that's what we do here on the Jacob B. and Joe MC show.
Absolutely, Jacob B. These are proven entrepreneurs in their field. They know how to make the money. They know how to make the bucks. And they want to impart their wisdom on our listeners today.
And it is a very special day today. If you guys don't know, it is National Pi Day 3.14. That is right, pi, P-I, the mathematical equation, not apple or pecan, but pie.
Boston cream,
I love it. Chocolate cream, but that's not the type of pie, Joe. It's a 3.14 mathematical equation, bud.
Oh, okay. That's the one that goes all the way out, and you can never get to the end. Is that right?
I'm pretty sure it is. So, we also have a lot of other events going on in Austin. It is South by Southwest, so it is crazy downtown. It is crazy at Sherlock's today. I'm just telling you, everything around us is pretty much just crazy. So, can you give us your take? What are you going to be doing this week during South by, Joe?
We're going to be roaming around the streets, so look for us. Everybody knows the motto of Austin: keep Austin weird.
Yeah,
we're going to ask you, what's weird about Austin?
So we're going to go ahead and choose a couple people from our studio audience and get their take on what they love about Austin, what they think is the weirdest thing about Austin. Some of you guys are just tuning in from other parts of the state, other parts of the country, other parts of the world. So we're going to tell you guys what's really going on in Austin and some of the favorite weirdest things that are going on. Let's go ahead and pick one of the elite members of the crew, of the studio audience. Let's see. Mr. Michael, what do you think? What is one of your favorite things about Austin, and what do you think is one of the weirdest things about Austin?
Well, one of the big things that drew me here to Austin was the people. It just seemed from the first day I landed here that everyone was friendly, everybody was welcoming, and it just happened to be on South by Southwest almost 25 years ago.
I like it.
So I thought I'd get to the other side of town and leave, but I've never got there yet.
I used to live in a town that they said, if the wind ever stops blowing, I'll move. But the wind never stopped blowing.
There you go.
But I moved. So I guess I beat that one. All right, we're going to go take one of our other studio audience guests, very elite member of our studio audience, Miss Norma. How do you feel about Austin? What's one of your favorite and weirdest things about Austin?
I think this is a very unique city because it has a lot of personality. You can find yourself in the market buying groceries with a live band playing.
Yes, only in Austin.
You start dancing while you are choosing your fruit or veggies, or then you can go to the street, walk, and some restaurant has its doors open and you can feel the live music of some band that is playing at a rehearsal for the night. So everywhere is like some kind of enjoying the life that makes you feel you want to belong.
Absolutely. Always an adventure.
You want everybody who lives here want to belong.
That's one thing that they said from, I guess, California's mindset or mentality to Austin's is, out in California it's really competitive, but out in Austin they say it's real collaborative. So people want to collaborate together, help each other, be a part of this, be a part of something. I think that's one of the big things about Austin is it's not just a whole bunch of individuals living in a city or town, but it's a group of people working together to accomplish something. Some of it may be weird, some of it may not be, but what's your take? What's your favorite thing, Mr. Joe?
Well, I mean, as you guys are talking and everything, I kind of wonder why the motto, keep Austin weird, because Austin really isn't weird. It's really great people wanting to help each other. And we found that out after meetup after meetup group that we went to. These are people that, want to impart their wisdom. If they've got a successful business, they don't care about, sharing how they got success and everything. They're proud of it. And that's how you learn. When you stop learning, you stop living. That's my motto.
Absolutely. I like it. They should write a song about that.
Yeah, maybe. I'll think about the lyrics. But anyway, I wanted to reach out to Norma, and we do have some Spanish listeners on our radio show, and I'd like Norma to give a welcome in Spanish to our listeners.
Pues, ¿cómo están? En español, me encantaría poderles decir a los que nos escuchan que hablar inglés o hablar español en realidad no es una barrera que nos divide los que hablan español de los que hablan inglés. Creo que es un poco como la música, hay que sentirlo, cualquiera de nosotros puede sentir cuando nos hablan con cariño, con buena disposición, con ganas de ayudar, con ganas de entendernos, y no es necesario hablar el mismo idioma para sentir rechazo, para sentir odio. Creo que las palabras pueden ser diferentes, pero el lenguaje.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all shapes and sizes, we present to you the product of the week.
That's right, you guys. So we are introducing the product of the week. Mr. Joe, what product are we going to be talking about today?
Well, Mr. Jacob,
I got a good product we should talk about.
I like Paramount.
Paramount's good, but let's talk about Norma's products and services of Spanish, English, writing, translating, and custom voiceovers for you. So, I know she was going in before we started getting into the products of the service, which our producers, oh my gosh, those guys are, sometimes they drive us crazy. If we don't do things on their exact time point, they start cutting us off. So our apologies about that.
Absolutely.
But let's go ahead and talk about Norma's products and services and what she has and highlight her as a company. So let's talk a little bit in English, and then you could go ahead and show off a little bit in Spanish too. We'll have Joe translate it.
Oh yeah, right. I have a hard time with English, so
yeah,
not alone Spanish.
Yeah. So, Norma, go ahead and tell us a little bit about your business in English. I know you were telling us a little bit about it in Spanish before we got cut off, so I do apologize about that. But let's go ahead and finish and tie that back in. So, tell us about your business, the name of it, what you do, and a couple things you specialize in.
Thank you. My business is Great Beats. Great Beats is a company for one who likes to put in words, saying in words what you are feeling, what you are thinking, put in words your emotions, the soul of your company, the personality of your product. I think you can describe always and say with words what your product is, how it feels, what it's for, and put it on a paper, on a video, or whatever you need to do. That's Great Beats.
I like it. I like it. So, what got you started? Is it just yourself, or is this a family project that you have going on? Tell us a little bit more about the dynamics of that. Just so you know, we have about 30 seconds, so not to cut you short, but we do want to find out more about you.
Yeah, well, right now I am myself. I am the writer. It's not a group of writers. I am the writer. Anyway, I have a DP and a sound editor that can create music to personalize your product, your company, your service, whatever you need.
I like it. So we're going to start getting into the local businesses of the week here in the next series. So we want to keep talking to you and Michael. We're about to get into that right about now.
Many will come. Few will make it. The ones left standing will be the ones that did not give up, that did not give in, and that did find a way.
This is the time when we spotlight a local business or service.
Absolutely, Mr. Jacob B. I would like to hear about the fantastic opportunity that Mr. Michael Bowles, that's B-O-L-E-S, by the way, that he's giving to people looking to get away from it all. Mr. Bowles, would you tell us about your business?
Yeah, I have several businesses, and they all follow the same line. I'm a wedding officiant here in Austin. I've done over 1,200 weddings and have had to issue no refunds. So we guarantee our weddings. And
I like it.
Also, I'm connected now with a beautiful bed and breakfast out in Wimberley, Texas called Serenity Farmhouse Inn.
Serenity Farmhouse Inn, I like it.
And what we've come up with, there's 2 new items we're going to do. One is a retreat for churches and veterans organizations, nonprofits, a place that they can go to during the week, have their retreat. We'll take care of them. We kick back some money to the organization. It's all about giving people a place to go and find some of our namesake serenity. A little peace and quiet.
I like it.
Oh, it's beautiful out there. I was out there this morning, and I got up and I went down and fed the donkeys and the cows, and we're getting a couple wallabies. So
I like it. Can't go wrong with the wallaby.
Yeah, you don't want to be without that.
Yeah.
But another thing that, Joe, I'm glad you brought this up, really excites me, is that on the weekends we have been doing weddings for a while, but we kind of stopped that because we didn't really understand that part of the business. And now we think we have a good handle on it. I'll be directing it. And we're going to do 1 wedding a week.
I like it.
We do too. And there's the packages. We have it in it'll be very inexpensive. I would call it it's easy as 1, 2, 3 for the bride. Pick one of our packages, have the ceremony, then live happily ever after.
There you
can't
go.
beat that.
That's it.
You can't. Happily ever after. We like that on our show. Definitely. We're all about that on the Jacob B. and Joe MC show. So we're featuring and talking to local businesses, local professionals that really know their things. We have Michael and Norma, both really good professionals, but we also want to talk about the marketing minute a little bit. How can we market your business a little bit better? How can they market their business a little bit better? And maybe how can you take the 2 and maybe infuse them and make something even better. So what we want to do today is we want to highlight Mr. Michael's business, and we're going to talk a couple minutes about that, but we're going to have Miss Norma show off her skills in her business and do a Spanish voiceover for Michael on scene, on the spot, no rehearsal, peer pressure. Yes, this isn't planned, unrehearsed, and you guys are hearing it live here on the Should Be on TV radio network with Jacob B. and Mr. Joe MC. So, Joe, how are we going to start this off, bud?
Well, I say that Mr. Michael B. give us a, what do they call those things in business? Elevator?
Elevator pitch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Elevator pitch. Let's have him give a 30-second or a minute elevator pitch about his
I can do a
services.
30-second elevator pitch in about 4 minutes.
Okay.
Let's try to keep it 30 seconds.
And then Miss Norma is going to translate as we go along.
As we go, or do you want to translate it afterwards? You let me know.
Well, I like that. I like that thing. I like that thing where they do, at the United Nations, the guys got the earphones on their heads, and you see this person up there, and he's talking in Uruguayan or whatever the heck it is, and then you hear the.
All right, let's just start with Michael's 30-second speech. Norma, when you feel like it's time to, translate, let's do it. You both are showing off your business, Michael, your skills, Norma. No pressure. Just so you guys know, this is totally unrehearsed, and we do not know what is going to happen here.
That's it. That's it. We're shooting from the hip, and we're keeping it real.
Keeping it real. You got that, you guys.
Mr. Michael
Didn't we come
B.
up with the slogan the other day that we were supposed to say? Something like something sell.
Show it, sell. Oh, show it, pitch it, sell it. Something like that.
Something like that. But we'll go ahead and get into this. We'll come up with the slogans later.
There you go, Mr. Michael B. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, folks. My name is Michael Bowles. I am a reverend and I'm a wedding officiant. And I marry people. And I look at my job with married couples.
Okay. Michael es una persona que se dedica a preparar y hacerte fácil tu boda. Nada más que ir con él.
I like to bring people together. I like to see them happy at their wedding, not stressed out. I like to customize it just for them because it's the one day.
Michael prepara el día más importante de tu vida para que tú no tengas que preocuparte, enojarte con nadie, pelear con nadie, bajar de peso, perderte nada. Él se ocupará del día más importante de tu vida.
If that couple, when I pronounce them husband and wife, can walk in a long, long kiss for the first time as husband and wife, they will remember it the rest of their lives.
Cuando la pareja diga sí, acepto y se den el beso de amor por primera vez casados, se van a acordar de eso, del beso y no de todos los detalles que tuvieron que pasar para preparar una boda, que eso es lo más importante.
All right, we have the clapping
Bravo,
crowd.
bravo.
I like it. Now, just to make this a little bit more interesting for today's show, we are going to have Joe translate the same exact thing that Michael did, but Joe is going to translate it in Arabic. Chinese? Which one of your 10 languages do you want to translate it in?
Nada.
Inada. I love it.
Yeah.
So can you give us a little taste of what Inada sounds like?
In nada, I don't know what they were talking about, so I can't do it. I mean, I have enough trouble with English with these dangling participles and conjunctive verbs. What the heck's a conjunctive verb? Is that something coming out of your eyes? I heard a conjunctivitis, but I ain't never heard of a conjunctive verb.
I know, Joe. It's killing me. My kids are coming home with school every day. And I'm like, what are these words? What are your teachers teaching you kids? And then I look it up in the dictionary, and it's actually something, pretty educated.
My granddaughter, she's 13. She comes home with math, and I'm like, what the heck is this? I mean, they not only want you to get the answer, but they want you to go like 15 different ways to come about with that answer. And it just drives me crazy. I was pretty good at math. When I was in school, yes, I know it was back in the stagecoach days, but I was pretty good at math. But man, my granddaughter brings this stuff home, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
Did you, talking about that, did you guys ever see the story on the chalkboard that they found that was like, I don't know, like 100 years old that still had like a math problem on it from how they used to teach math and all that? I read that on Facebook or something, but
wow,
it's pretty interesting. Actually, really interesting.
It is. So. This modern math, man, it drives me crazy, man.
All right, so now to keep the show going, because we don't want to slow it down, what we're going to have Norma do is talk about her business in Spanish, and Michael translate it in English.
Sounds pretty good to me.
All right.
I just would like to explain that I didn't make a literally translation.
Yeah.
Literal translation. I just try to give the emotion
I'll
of the
just
idea.
the feeling.
Yeah, it is not the literally like the dictionary.
Yeah, like I said, this is unrehearsed, so we don't have teleprompters, and we're, not in a professional studio. These guys bring us out to the middle of who knows where and just have us record anywhere, but hey, we put up with it, we deal with it. This is Jacob B. and Joe MC, and that's what we have to do. Sometimes, it's not perfect conditions.
Hey, I'm all about emotions. I mean, that's what sells products and services is emotions. I mean, if you don't believe in your product or service, how are you going to get somebody else to believe in it? So you've got to have that emotion. That emotion drives sales. That's what I look at.
Emotion drives sales. So what we're going to do is try to do the best that we can. We may have to have a little help from Norma translating what she's saying for Michael, but we'll see what happens.
Just speak their normal Spanish. I'll get it. I did grow up in L.A., and I also spent 3 years down in the valley.
All right. So throw a little slang in there so he gets what you're talking about.
Yeah, a lot of slang.
But keep it a little bit clean, because we are on.
Family show.
Yeah, there could be families listening.
It is the break for the kids of school.
Spring break. Yeah, we got to keep it clean because of spring break.
Kids might be home listening,
Yeah, with those iPhones, they probably listen in school nowadays. All right, here we go. Without further ado, Miss Norma.
En Great Beats queremos poner en palabras el espíritu de las cosas, de los servicios, de los productos, de las empresas. Podemos traducir en palabras lo que tu corazón quiere decir, lo que tus ideas quieren decir.
She's so very happy to be here today and to tell us about her business, which she truly loves and has that emotion Joe MC was talking about. A lot of feeling and a lot of love in the work that she does for the people that she takes care of.
Absolutely. One of the things I do want to make as a point across is we were talking about earlier with Norma that sometimes like if you have somebody who's maybe not familiar with like the translation or the dialect of what you're talking, that sometimes the translation could come out wrong, or even the help me out, Joe, enunciation of the actual word may not come out properly. We're talking about, sometimes you hear things and maybe to somebody who doesn't have that familiar ear, or maybe somebody like Joe who does, they understand it or could understand the dialect a little bit better, and things don't sound exactly right, especially in marketing, advertising your business. It's important to make sure you have somebody who understands the translation but also knows how to properly speak it, write it, or put in that emotion to it. So what do you think, Joe? What do you score Michael from a scale from 1 to 10?
Well, being fluent in Spanish myself, I would give him an 8.5. I mean,
how do you say 8.5 in Spanish, Joe? Being fluent in Spanish, I'm just
8 punto. 8 punto. I forgot the point. 8.5.
Very good, Joe. Very good. And some of the audience was trying to call in a little bit earlier and say, no, I don't think Joe is really fluent in Spanish, and we want to hear some of his stuff. But you know what? We're not going to call you out today, Joe, because I believe you, sir.
I thank you very much. I can read the menus. I go to Spanish restaurants, and I can read the menus. I see guacamole. I see tacos. I see quesadillas. So look. I can hold my own with Spanish.
Yeah. Well, a quick little background, Joe. If you didn't know it, for a point in my life, a couple years of my life, I own Mexican food restaurants, so I can actually understand anything off a menu that somebody's ordered, no matter how they say it or what maybe, because I know like, so in California they call stuff different than, some areas, but you have people who come from different areas and then they order things differently. So, we had like, I think it's like alabada or something like that, which is a pork type of meat. But then out here, some people call it, what was the other name for it? Now I forgot the whole point and I messed it up. I probably didn't pronounce it right. But there is a good point that people come from other parts and they call it something else, and then they come here and order it. Now, that's pretty universal. And hey, where are you ordering it from? What part are you from? And what do you want?
Absolutely. Look at submarines. Okay,
yeah.
Sub. I say, hey, I'm going to go to the store and get a sub. Well, that sub could be torpedo. It could be
Granddaddy sub. It could be a submarina.
Yeah, it could be a hoagie. Back if you're in Philly, it's going to be a hoagie. So yeah, whatever area you're at, they come up with their own lingo for that particular.
So I know some people call it, you go to some areas they call it Coke, some people call it pop, some people call it soda.
Fizz. Yeah.
I haven't heard fizz yet. That's a new one.
Yeah, fizz is down south.
Now what's going on in the streets nowadays?
Yeah.
On the fizz.
The fizz.
All right. Is that kind of like the fuzz?
No, the fuzz is different.
Fuzz is different. All right. So
we have a lot of respect for our police officers and law enforcement officers.
Absolutely. They're the ones who keep us safe.
Oh, man. Yes, absolutely.
We don't always like them when we're doing something bad and they're there, but when something's wrong and we need them, man, I'm sure glad that we have them. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I got stopped a while back and I got a ticket, right?
Doesn't surprise me.
Well, hey, I should have got a ticket. I had
a heavy foot, bud.
Well, I mean, I was in my sister-in-law's car, and I wasn't really, used to it or anything. But hey, he pulled me over. I was very polite and everything, and he gave me the ticket. So I said, okay, fine, I mean, I
crumble
deserved
it up and throw it at him?
I deserved it. No. I mean, he was even. I mean, after he saw, I had a veteran, card, my veteran card, and all that. He was kind of, oh man, I hate to give you the ticket. I'm like, no, sir, officer. I said, hey, I was speeding and I deserved it. So, even though I wasn't used to my sister-in-law's car. But
the old sister-in-law's car. Man, oh man, if the judge would believe me for that story every time I told him, I'm telling you, Joe, woo, I'd be ticket free.
Exactly. But the story is that if you happen to get pulled over, just be polite, and just, because they got a hard enough time doing what they do, and they don't need somebody, going off the deep end like some people do when they get pulled over.
I'll tell you the truth. Like, I watch sometimes with my wife that live PD show, and some people you see just talking back and talking smack to the cop, and I'm like, man, you wonder why you got slammed to the ground. Then you see like these polite people, even if they get caught with something sometimes, which they shouldn't have, the cop will be like, you know what, you've done everything, here's this, here's that, boom, just go ahead and go on your way, or here's mine your ticket or something. They're not slamming you on the ground, they're not taking you to jail, they're not doing all that. But I think it's just common sense in life, business, whatever. Kind of the way you treat people is maybe the way that you get treated too. So if you want to act like a tough guy, sometimes you may find a tougher guy.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, it's like they've got a job, and unless you walk in their shoes, for a day, and you're in a police car and you go through what they go through, I kind of equate it to a person in the military, and people talk about combat. Well, I've been there. And unless you've been there and you've been in combat, you don't know what it's like. And that's our policemen. That's our first responders. That's the firemen that are going into burning buildings. When everybody else is trying to get out, they're going in. I have such respect, and when somebody chooses a career like that, wow, it's like, that, and doctors and nurses that want to help the sick.
Anybody who serves, I give it up to them.
Man, I give them kudos all the way.
Absolutely. So we're getting kind of close to the end of the show, and as you guys know, this is the news as we tell it, so it may not even be relevant, recent, trending, and maybe something from a long time ago, maybe things that people don't even care about, but that is the news as we know. South by coming up. We will be broadcasting live, and for you listeners, the mission is go find us. We'll be all over the streets. You want to get on the show, you want to get on TV in front of the camera, whatever it is, come find us. We're going to be doing a lot of product reviews. We're going to be doing live podcasts, broadcast, anything else you could cast, we'll be doing it.
So if they find us, Mr. Jacob B., are we going to give them like a little, maybe
we'll have some prizes,
or something like prizes? Or
yes.
So it behooves
the
them.
The shirt off Joe's back is what we'll give you guys.
That's it. If you wear a double XL, you got it.
You got it. So what we want to do is we want to thank our studio audience and Mr. Michael and Miss Norma. We did choose them and pick them out of all the people here today, so we do appreciate you guys putting up with us. But before we go, we want to go ahead and give our studio audience, the audience out there who's listening, how can they get a hold of you, Norma, if they want to do maybe some professional advertising, a CEO who wants to do some corporate training videos, or maybe just needs help on the translating of anything that they need?
Well, thank you very much. I will be very glad to hear from you, and eugenia.almazan@gmail.com.
All right. Say that one more time.
Eugenia.almazan@gmail.
Do you say that the same in Spanish or no?
No. Eugenia.almazan@gmail.
I think Joe was about to say that, but luckily you cut in because.
Well, yeah.
What were you going to say, bud?
Well, no, I was going to have her spell out Eugenia.
EUGEN as normal. IA.ALM as mother. AZAM as normal again at Gmail.
All right, Mr. Michael, for all these engaged people or single people about to pop the word, or for somebody about to renew their vows and they're thinking, I need somebody like Mr. Michael out there. How can they get a hold of you?
Well, I'd be real proud if they'd give me a call and I'd be there for them. AustinWedding.org. Singular, AustinWedding.org. You'll find my site, phone numbers, emails, everything you need to know. And if it's not on the site, I'll give you the answer.
I like it. All right. And what was the name of the place that you,
Oh, yeah, Serenity Farmhouse Inn.
Serenity Farmhouse
place
Inn.
to get away with your sweetie. Heart-shaped jacuzzis in the room. Lots of farm animals, flowers. Right now it's a beautiful time to be out in the hill country with the blue bonnets.
Blue bonnets? Oh, I love them.
It's a package deal. Say you heard me on the radio, and you'll get a big discount.
And you know, Mr. Jacob B., when Michael's talking about his services, you know the word that comes into my mind? Of course you don't. It's called reward.
I was about to say that.
No way.
Yes, way.
No
I was
way.
about to say reward.
Give me 5.
Oh my gosh, Joe.
Wow.
Holy cow. It's like I finish your
Sentences.
holy cow.
Oh, man.
Man, it is going crazy. Norma?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just surprised with the question. I'm sorry. I would like to give you the email of the company I gave you personally.
Uh-oh, watch out. Hey, guys, erase that one. That is trouble. That's her personal one.
Yeah,
Her number is... No, just playing.
GreatBeatsBroPro@gmail.
Can you spell that out for us? Just
GreatBeatsBroPro@gmail.
all right. Same in Spanish?
Yeah. No.
All right, let's hear it in Spanish.
GreatBeatsBroPro@gmail.
All right, I like it. Joe, your turn.
Yeah, I was just getting back to that reward thing. Listen, all you CEOs and owners of companies, if you got that special employee that you really want to give something special, how about getting a hold of Mr. Michael B.? I think that's going to be a special weekend they will always remember.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Always remember. Mirrors on the ceiling, didn't you say, Mr. Michael?
Wait, we've been out there. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You got to bring your own mirror.
Oh, you got to bring your own mirror.
But everything else we provide.
Yeah.
One of the things we're quite proud of after 22 years out there serving the hill country is that all of our buildings still look like they're brand new. But we have, at our credit, over 27 babies that we're pretty sure were conceived there.
Wow, that's a big
we're
thing.
really happy
We're looking for 28, 29, and number 30, folks. Come on, call us today, and we'll make that you.
And number 30 is going to have a special prize.
Oh, yeah.
What's that prize going to be, Mr. Joe? All right, we're trying to keep the show clean. We are wrapping it up. Once again, we want to thank our special guest, Mr. Michael, Miss Norma. We appreciate you guys getting on the show and tolerating me and Joe, Jacob B, and Mr. Joe MC.
That's it.
I know it's not easy. A lot of people say it's sleazy, but you know, what else rhymes with that, Joe?
Wheezy?
Wheezy. So you got it from Mr. Joe Wheezy. That's going to wrap up the show for today. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. We appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate you tolerating us. And that's going to be it till next week.